News 25 is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, we bring you News 25's Year in Review, and officials declare support for the Second Amendment. News 25 starts now.
This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Revisiting 2019 top stories of the year, it's Tuesday, December 31st. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, News 25 takes a look back over the past year's headlines as today's top story.
To run this company, and we run it correctly. We have bylaws, and we run by the... Resign! 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 Resign!
It would be proper to have 8 to 20 on each account consecutive. That's 16 to 40 years. You're probably going to do about 10 or 11. Can't promise that, I don't know.
Do you have anything else you need to give to your family?
One of the things we want to know is, what is your shoe size?
It's a 12 and a half.
From all of us at KPVM Television
and Ace Country Radio,
we would like to wish you
a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Woo!
radio listeners, you'll be able to see that on our YouTube and Facebook channel. Well, the Board of County Commissioners has adopted a resolution declaring Nye County as a Second Amendment sanctuary. Brad Francis has more.
Commissioners unanimously approved the declaration at today's meeting. The resolution reads as follows. Whereas the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution reads, a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. And whereas certain legislation introduced in the 2019 session of the Nevada General Assembly and certain legislation introduced in the current session of the United States Congress could have the effect of infringing on the rights of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms as guaranteed by the Second Amendment of the United States Constitution. And whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners is concerned about the passage of any bill containing language which could be interpreted as infringing the rights of the citizens of Nye County to keep and bear arms, or could begin a slippery slope of restrictions on the Second Amendment rights of the citizens of Nye County. And whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners wishes to express its deep commitment to the rights of all citizens of Nye County to keep and bear arms. And whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners wishes to express opposition to any law that would unconstitutionally restrict the rights under the Second Amendment of the citizens of Nye County to bear arms. And whereas the Nye County Board of Commissioners wishes to express its intent to stand as a sanctuary county for Second Amendment rights and to oppose, within the limits of the constitutions of the United States and the Commonwealth of Nevada, any efforts to unconstitutionally restrict such rights and to use such legal means at its disposal to protect the rights of the citizens to keep and bear arms, including through legal action, the power of appropriation of public funds, and the right to petition for redress of grievances. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Nye County, Nevada, that the Board of County Commissioners hereby expresses its intent to uphold the Second Amendment rights of the citizens of Nye County and its intent that public funds of the county not be used to restrict Second Amendment rights or to aid in the unnecessary and unconstitutional restriction of the rights under the Second Amendment of the citizens of Nye County to bear arms, and that the Nye County Board of Commissioners hereby declares its intent to oppose unconstitutional restrictions on the right to keep and bear arms through such legal means as may be expedient, including, without limitation, court action. And that the Board of County Commissioners hereby declares Nye County, Nevada as a Second Amendment sanctuary. Approved this 31st day of December, 2019. The resolution takes effect immediately.
More news right after this break.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
And welcome back. Well, the president signed a bill that increases fines on criminal robocall violations and cracks down on companies making the calls. The Trace Act hopes to cut down on scammers by providing American consumers with even greater protection against annoying, unsolicited robocalls. The White House says that it gives Americans control over their communications, and this legislation will update our laws and regulations to stiffen penalties, increase transparency, and enhance government collaboration to stop unwanted solicitation. Well, an arrest is made in connection with a crash on Winery Road that caused major damage to a home.
This was the aftermath of that crash, which occurred in the early morning hours of December 21st. Brandon Fernandez was driving a black Ford Expedition that went off the roadway and crashed into this home. Today, he's under arrest and facing charges of driving under the influence. Nye County deputies say when they arrived on scene, they noticed Fernandez was unsteady and stumbling around. He said he wasn't hurt, and officers then conducted a series of field sobriety tests. Fernandez failed 2 of the 3 tests. While Fernandez is not yet 21, he told officers he'd had one beer that night. Fernandez was then placed into custody and taken to jail. At the jail, Fernandez consented to a breath test. He blew a .175 and a .169. He was then arrested for driving under the influence and booked into the Nye County Detention Center.
And an arrest has also been made in connection with another crash that caused property damage.
This was the scene Sunday near Leslie and Irene Streets, where a heavy-duty pickup truck went off the roadway and struck a block wall fence. Police say Virgil Sparks was driving that truck. Today, he's under arrest, facing several charges, including DUI, child abuse, and violation of probation. Arriving officers say Sparks was swaying in place and could not stand still on his own. Officers say they could also smell a strong odor of alcohol. Witnesses said there were also 3 children in the truck at the time of the crash, and went on to say that a woman showed up and took the children before officers arrived. Sparks confirmed that woman was their mother. Sparks told officers he'd been drinking since 7 a.m. and said he was aware he was in violation of his parole to be in possession of any alcohol. While retrieving Sparks' ID from the truck, officers spotted several open alcohol containers inside the cab. Sparks was placed under arrest for the parole violation and taken to jail. Once there, Sparks failed to follow directions for a field sobriety test and said he didn't want to continue testing. He stated he knew what he'd done and voluntarily consented to provide a blood sample. He was then booked into the Nye County Detention Center, facing charges of DUI, 3 counts of child abuse or neglect, violation of probation, driving with a revoked license, and open alcohol in public.
All right, as we head into our break, I have a special guest joining me here on the desk.
This segment is brought to you by Estates 411.
And I have a special co-anchor tonight. This is Ski Sensky from Estates 411, but you have some new laws that are coming into effect this year, right?
Yes, first off, thank you for inviting me up to be a temporary anchor tonight. On the new laws that are coming up, a lot of you haven't heard about them yet. The first one, which I think is very important to me, is effective 1 January. If you do not use your turn signal when exiting a roundabout, you will forfeit your car. One of the other laws is if you wear your pajamas into Walmart, you will now be required to cover those pajamas with a night robe. And if you operate a shopping cart outside the parameters of a parking lot of a grocery store, you will now have to have a license for that shopping cart and a valid driver's license. And the last one, but very important, is the public comment time at the Board of County Commissioners meeting will be reduced to 5 seconds. That will speed up the meetings. Oh, whoops. What I'd like to tell you about is an exciting auction that we have scheduled for New Year's Day. We have a collection of over 500 brand new in the box purchased from the 1990s toy trucks. These are very, very high-end die-cast toy trucks featuring several Smith Miller, which are the 4-foot-long toy trucks, a lot of first-gear trucks. The auction is an online-only auction. The catalog is currently online, so this evening, if you'd like to look at the catalog, if you go to 2csales.com or estates411.com, you can look at the catalog tomorrow at 12 noon. After you get up, have a little couple aspirins or something from the partying, the auction will start a soft close at 12 noon. At 12 noon, you can actually log onto your computer and do the live bidding. Once again, there's probably over 500 to 600. All these are brand new. The only time they were ever taken out of the box was for us to take pictures. Along with the Smith Miller, one of the unique ones in there is a big train set. It's brand new, and it certainly will be a collectible. The trains are all the Oakland Raider trains, which is absolutely phenomenal. I think it's kind of funny because, as we know, that's no longer. So once again, the auction will start tomorrow at 12 noon. You can pre-bid this evening. You can go to either website, 2csales.com or estates411.com. And I, on behalf of Ronnie, myself, and the staff at Estates 411, would like to wish you all a very, very happy and prosperous New Year. In Deanna, we had a good year this year, and I look forward to about 5 or 10 more years coming up.
I think so. You know, I have a question.
Yes.
The auction, is there a starting time?
Yes, the soft close will start at 12 noon Pacific time tomorrow.
All right, and then so online only. And is there other items, or is majority of trains?
No, this is all toy trucks and a couple train sets.
Wonderful.
Very, very unique toy trucks and cars.
And then I have another question. How do I get my driver's license for the shopping cart?
Well, you know, whenever they invoke these new laws, it takes a while to iron out the little glitches in them. So it's work in progress. But maybe for a couple days, you can still get away with taking the shopping cart on the street.
And if you're going through the roundabout and you don't use your blinker, where does the car get donated to? Is the state's 411 going to have them up for auction?
No, we're going to donate it to a general fund. And then we'll sell the cars, and then after that, we'll decide what we want to spend the money on. Probably, maybe signs saying use your turn signal and roundabouts.
Yeah, or robes for us to go to Walmart. Because
Exactly, Yep.
All right, thanks, Ski, and Happy New Year.
You too, and I look forward to it. Folks, Happy New Year.
This segment of the news is brought to you by Mountain West Lawyers, Nye County's injury attorneys. Don't get bullied by insurance companies. Call Jason Ernest and bully them back at 775-727-9500.
Well, Ski was so funny there before the break talking about some pretend new laws, but we are going to tell you about some that are actually coming up tomorrow. Starting tomorrow, an amendment to Assembly Bill 291 allows family members to go to court and ask a judge to temporarily bar someone from accessing firearms if they're in danger to themselves or others. Unlicensed firearm dealers and private sellers are now required to conduct a background check through a licensed gun dealer for all private firearm sales and transfers. That's here in the state of Nevada. There's also a law now that makes it illegal for an employer here in the state to hold past positive marijuana tests against you during the hiring process, unless, of course, you are holding a government job or a firefighter or operating a motor vehicle. Nevada is the first state to ban employers from refusing to hire those who fail a marijuana test. And vaping is banned in most public indoor places and businesses. Nevada's clean air law, which originally banned smoking in certain places, was now expanded to include vape products and e-cigarettes. And there are exceptions in casinos and bars that allow it. Employers with 50 or more employees are now required to provide their staff with up to 40 hours of paid leave per benefit year. Also, employees can now take paid leave without providing a reason with proper notification. Police are now required to notify the Handle with Care program connecting with schools and mental health leaders to help children who've experienced trauma, including domestic violence, a death in the family, an arrest, or child abuse. There's also a law now that requires prescriptions for controlled substances to be delivered electronically to pharmacies. Officials say that this will cut down on fraud. And emergency room providers that are out of network must now bill insurance companies at the in-network rates and work out disputes without putting the patients in the middle. More money is available now to help chronic homeless seniors and disabled individuals get affordable housing help through the Medicaid program. And today we're going to introduce you to Precious, who was surrendered by her owner and is ready to find a forever home.
Today's Save a Pet is proudly sponsored by Jason Ernest with Mountain West Lawyers. Call 775-727-9500.
Hi, I'm Darby here at Desert Haven Animal Society, and today we are joined with Precious. Precious is a 3-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier mix. She is a brindle color. She is super sweet, but definitely a dog that you would want to take out to the yard and spend at least 15 minutes with her so she can go and get used to you, warm up a little bit, because she's a very affectionate dog. She was just a little scared in the beginning with all the other barking of the dogs. So come on down and see her and all of her friends here at Desert Haven Animal Society. They're on Ceres Lane behind the Nye County Courthouse. You can give them a call at 775-751-7020. You can look them up on their Facebook page at Desert Haven Animal Society or go online to deserthavenas.org.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Well, it is the last day of the year and the last day of this decade. Let's take a look at see what our weather looked like earlier today out there. Beautiful skies. We're going to find out what's in store for the New Year's holiday after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
right, in our surrounding areas, Las Vegas, high today, 56, low tonight, 35, Death Valley, 67, 44, Amargosa, 56, 32, Beatty, 51, 31, Goldfield, 39, 24, Tonopah, 39, 25, Carson City's high at 47, 33 is your low tonight, Fallon, 45, 29, Fernley, 47, 33. And here in Pahrump, sunny skies with your high at 53, winds out of the south at 6 miles per hour, humidity 37%, sunrise 6:54 this morning. And tonight, mostly clear with your winds out of the east at 4 miles per hour. Your low 33 degrees, humidity at 63%, which is high, sunset 4:38 p.m. And your 7-day forecast shows Wednesday, New Year's Day, clouds in the sky, high 54, low at 36. Thursday, the winds are coming in at 16 miles per hour at the north-northwest direction. We are seeing a high 59, low of 36. Friday and Saturday, the clouds are back in. Friday's high 57, low of 36. Saturday, 60, 37. Sunday, about the same there, just a little bit lower over your night at 35. Monday, 53, 32. And then Tuesday, 51, 33. Well, you know, of course, it's New Year's Eve, and we got to tell everybody, definitely don't drink and drive. There's saturation patrols going out all over the place with Nevada Highway Patrol and the Nye County Sheriff's Office, and also you could hurt yourself or others. So we want to make sure that you have a designated driver ahead of time. Make sure that you can do that. If not, you can call Integrity Taxi 751-1111. The Nye County Sheriff's Office offers rides to residents here if you can't make it home. 751-7000. And of course, there is parties all over town at every location. We have, I want to remind everybody, because I know a lot of you take down your Christmas trees right after the New Year's, the Christmas tree recycling program there at the 4-H Club on the corner of Dandelion and Honeysuckle. You can drop off your trees right there in the parking lot, and they use them for mulch. Really good deal there. Of course, the Pahrump Valley Disposal also does that. Just make sure that you either drop it off at their place or put it next to your trash can. We want to remind everybody that the Nugget, Lakeside, and Goldtown is having bands until midnight. Of course, Vince Neal's Touchwater Wildside is having some bands. There's places all over town, including the Poorhouse, which is having Lynn Peterson over there, and lots of things to do at all of our area casinos, including Who's Dunes, the Hideaway, Coyote Corner, Irene's Casino, Tumbleweed Tavern, Sullivan's Pub, the Bearded Lady right there on 372, Arnie's and Saddle West, and of course, we already mentioned the Poorhouse. So have a wonderful, safe New Year's, and we'll see you back here on Thursday. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Good night.